I know it was only a dream, but I still can't get the color or smell of blood out of my head.
ごめん、いらない。
Similar color to Hisui's ribbon.
コマはこのまま眠ることにする。それより翡翠。
はい。何でしょうか、四季様。
そのさ、俺夕方に帰ってきたらしいけど、アキハはなんて言ってた？
She was fucking furious.
秋葉様ならその時間はお帰りになられてはおりませんでした。2時間ほど前にお帰りになられており、四季様のご容体を
we
お伝え
did make
し
it
ておき
before
ました。
curfew then.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's 9 now. If we got back, or if she got back 2 hours ago, and we were
Right.
already here,
Right.
this means we were here before 7.
So she can't be mad about that. I guess the school informed the house pretty quickly that we left.
Hisui gives me an inquisitive look as if to say, what about it?
いや、別に
Well,
何で
you
もない
know,
んだ。
I'm wondering if I'm in trouble again.
Again.
帰ってきてまだ3日
Kinda
な
have to
の
worry
に
about this
迷惑をかけて呆れてるだろうなって。
確かに秋葉様はご気分を害されておりましたが、呆れているというわけではなさそうでした。
Hisui takes a step back after she speaks.
それでは失礼します。何かご用がおありでしたらお呼びください。
ああ、ありがとう。もう一つ聞き忘れてた。
はい。何でしょう、四季様。
外、雨が降ってるんだね。いつから降り始めたのか。
Oh, when did the rain start?
It is in fact raining out, and it
Yeah.
started about the same time we got back to the house, actually.
Yeah.
Like, it's really funny. The scene started here, it was like, I hear the sound of rain, and I'm like, yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Weird. Fucking weird timing.
四季様がお帰りになられる前からです。姉が見つけたとき、四季様は雨に濡れていたとのことです。
Ah, so the rain washed away all of the blood.
Maybe.
Really? I don't remember that either. Guess my anemia was particularly bad this time. I should have just rested at school.
おやすみ。今日は本当にすまない。琥珀さんにもお礼を伝えておいてくれ。
かしこまりました。それではおやすみなさいませ。
夢だったんだ。
The words feel bleak coming from my lips. Nothing feels real. Not the horrible dream, nor the fact that it was a dream. The rain outside falls hard. My head is still a little heavy. I peer at my chest. My scar from 7 years ago stands out starkly against my skin like burn marks.
Oh, ah.
The knife my father left me is sitting on the desk in my room. It was a dream. There's no way it was anything else. I repeat those words in my head to convince myself and close my eyes. I exhale deeply, like I'm trying to expel some deep-seated odor from my lungs. My consciousness fades and I'm ushered into a deep, dark slumber. When I was a child, I remember someone urging me to never tell a lie I didn't believe myself.
Oh. Okay, that was an odd place to leave off, but impulse inversion complete. Ah, yes, let's... Might as well
Sure.
save.
Well, we'll save. Guess we can. Should probably delete that one later.
Yeah, it's alright.
Fire and Blood Eye.
Yes.
Welcome to day 4. You've unlocked the ability to die!
Well.
I wake to see a dull, gray morning light. It's quiet. Even the pitter-patter of rain is nowhere to be heard. The sky is still blanketed in clouds despite the rain having ceased. There's something I'm curious about.
Oh, yeah.
So, is that just gonna now be completely... That's interesting. I feel like that's not far enough over to accomplish an entire route here, but okay.
That's alright.
After taking one last deep breath, I heaved myself off the bed. I could barely sleep last night. Whenever I thought I might drift off, the scene I witnessed would play out in the back of my mind.
真っ赤な床とバラバラの
At times like this, possessing memories or clarity of thought can really be a pain. Just when you got something you'd like to forget, your mind drags you back to relive the experience all over again.
バカらしい。あれは夢だったのに。何をいつまでうなされてるんだ、俺は。
Exactly. It was all just a dream. I'd like my brain to hurry and forget about it already. There's a knock at the door. The clock tells me it's just before 6 a.m. Who'd come knocking this early in the morning?
It's we.
失礼いたしま。四季様。申し訳ありません。お目覚めでいらしたのですね。
Oh,
いや、
you thought
こっ
he
ち
was
こそ
still
驚
asleep.
かせてごめん。昨日の夕方から寝ていたから早く目を覚ましたんだ。それで翡翠の方こそどうしたんだ。こんな早くから何かあったのか。
I wanted to look at your knife.
Hmm.
Hisui falls silent and gives me a hesitant look. Upon closer inspection, I realize she's cradling my freshly laundered clothing for the day.
Ah, okay.
着替え
You're
を持
gonna
って
put
き
up
てく
clothes
れたの
for
か。
us.
はい。重ねて申し訳ありません。お見苦しいところをお見せしました。
What did we see?
I eye Hisui quizzically. Hisui stays silent. I don't recall seeing anything I'd describe as unbecoming, but I decide not to push the matter.
とにかくありがとう。制服はそこに置いていいよ。すぐに着替えて今に行くから。
はい。それでは失礼します。
Hisui quietly heads for the door, but stops just short of it. She swiftly turns to face me again.
四季様。お時間があるのでしたら、
Oh,
入浴の用意もいたしますが。
Oh, that'd be lovely. Hands her a sheet of paper and a pencil.
yeah.
入浴って朝から。
はい。四季様はひどく汚れてい
Oh,
ま
are
す。
you still
学校に行く前に
have stuff on
お
you?
体を流された方がよろしいのではないでしょうか。
Now that she mentions it, I am a mess. Which isn't much of a surprise considering I passed out in the middle of a park yesterday.
そうだな。悪いけど用意してくれる。この時間なら学校にも十分間に合うし。
かしこまりました。では、20分ほど経ちましたら浴場においでください。
Hisui places the uniform down and then leaves the room. It's still only 6 a.m.
Man, you actually got up at a good time, though.
With nothing else to do, I spent 20 minutes idly staring at the ceiling. I had kept having that happen this week, where I'd like wake up and my
For
alarm,
no reason,
like my
just
alarm
early.
wasn't ready to go off yet, and I'd be like, oh, it's like 5:30. Well, I guess I can burn some resin.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
The thoughts throbbing at the back of my mind are washed away by the water. Seated beside the bathtub, I upend the bucket over my head and take a deep breath as the chilly water soaks through my hair. That was such a horrible dream. Why would I even dream about murdering some woman I've never seen before?
Yeah, that's pretty weird, man.
If I'm greeted by these sorts of dreams purely because I'm unaccustomed to living in the mansion, then I'm dreading what else is to come.
そうだよな。気を引き締めないと。
I run the cool water over my head one more time, rubbing and cleaning every part of my body.
Oh,
My towel just barely grazes my throat before a stinging pain hits me.
なんだこれ。
I look at my neck in the mirror. Gross. My throat looks red and swollen.
huh. Oh, because of all the vomiting?
Or, I mean, the night of the second day, after, like, Noel gave us that really cryptic "don't get hit by a car on your way home" line,
Yeah.
he kept complaining that his neck hurt.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah. I return to my room and change into my uniform. It's only a little past 7 a.m. Still bewildered at how a simple bath could make me feel so much better, I grab my bag and leave the room.
おはようございます、しきさん。今朝は早いんですね。
Kohaku!
Yes, we are up early.
Kohaku steps out of the parlor just as I come down the stairs.
それに、なんだかさっぱりしていらっしゃいます。もしかしてお風呂上がりなんですか？
ええ、さっきまで入っていました。すごいですね、琥珀さん。そういうのわかるものなんですか？
一目瞭然ですよ。しきさん、髪が乾ききってま
Ah, you
せん
didn't
か
dry
ら。
your hair properly.
お風呂上がりだと、しきさんは一層可愛らしくなるんですね。
I have to avert my gaze from her light-hearted smile.
You weak to flirting?
As I am now, her pure, innocent expression does nothing but make my chest ache.
ちょっと待っててくださいね。朝ごはんこれから支度をしますから。
え、
Right, you actually get breakfast this time.
Breakfast. Something edible.
Oh,
Even that word is enough to make me recall the color of blood.
man.
The thought leaves me with even less of an appetite than usual.
そうですね。今朝は洋風でいいですか？
ああ、うん。基本的にどっちでもいいんですけど。
In that case, wakey wakey eggs and bakey, as they say.
Huh.
そっか、朝ごはんか。あんまりにもお風呂が気持ちよかったから忘れてた。
I just sort of figured Akiha wouldn't let me have food again today.
Right.
そうなんですか？しきさんは昨夜も食べていませんから、お腹の音で目を覚ましたのかなって翡翠ちゃんと話してたんですけど。
And you didn't eat lunch before either. You gotta be.
いや、
Pretty
単純に寝すぎただけだよ。子供の頃から小食だったから、一食二食抜くのはよくあることだったし。
Hmm.
I did that one time.
Yeah, I've done that before.
It was just like a week where I didn't really have anything to do, and like I was feeling like super lazy. So I just didn't eat for like 3 days. 'Cause
Wow.
I couldn't be bothered.
Huh.
Like I wasn't really that hungry, and it was
Yeah.
just more effort that I felt like putting in to make food.
Wow. 3 days?
Something like that, yeah.
I've done 2, but.
I was starting to. I was starting to think, I was like, oh man, this is going to turn into a weird challenge and just see how long I go before I actually get hungry. And then I got invited to lunch or something. I was like, oh, well, I guess that ends that then.
Yeah.
Never mind. Somebody wants to go get food.
If someone's providing food, I might as well break my fast.
I guess I'll eat. It wasn't that I had, genuinely, it wasn't I had any interest in like, food at the point. It was just like, oh, somebody's asking me to go. Okay.
Yeah.
はは言われてみると四季さんって贅肉のないいい体をしていますものね。もしかして菜食主義者さんですか？
Well, I mean, he eats meat.
Kohaku, what do you think a vegetarian is? You think a vegetarian is somebody who just doesn't eat in general?
It might have been like a comment about being a monk or something.
そんなこだわりはなかったけど、言われてみれば有馬の家では野菜ばっかり食べてた気がします。
When I was discharged from the hospital, the doctor told me to avoid anything that's hard on the digestive system. But I think I would have avoided meat even if he hadn't told me to. One way or another, meat just reminds me of death.
好き嫌いはないんですね。それでしたら安心してお食事を用意できます。さあ、すぐにお作りしますから居間で待っていてくださいな。
Kohaku quickly turns to leave, but I stop her, feeling like I won't be able to pass anything through my throat as things are now.
なあ、いいんだ、琥珀さん。今日は食欲がないからこのまま学校に行くよ。秋
You're
葉
not
にも
gonna
そう
like
伝えておいてく
have
れ。
tea with Akiha or something?
I turn and head for the front door, but as soon as I do, a firm pair of hands grips my arm.
四季さん。
I wasn't expecting that. Kohaku looks angrier than I've ever seen her.
It's not that angry, but
She doesn't
still.
look that angry at all. She looks like, I don't know, like
Mildly
concerned at best.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit embarrassed even. Like she's got the little
Yeah.
flashy lines under her eyes.
Yeah, I see the two little red lines there.
なんてことを言い出すんですか。
I'm saying I'm going to school.
四季さん、今朝は鏡をご覧になってないんですか？
Yeah, I know, my throat looks awful and I don't think I can swallow anything, so I'm going to school instead of eating. Goodbye.
いや、鏡なら風呂場で見たけど。
嘘です。ご自分の顔を一度でも見ているならそんなことは言えません。
That face.
Kohaku is seriously mad. I'd say it looks more disappointed.
Yeah, this is funny.
Now that I think about it, when I glanced at myself in the mirror earlier, I didn't just look a little pale, I was ashen white.
いや、でも大丈夫だって。俺はもともと血の気が少ないし、人より顔色が悪く見えるだけというか。
ダメです。朝ごはんを食べないと大きくなれないんですから。食欲がないようでしたら病人食にいたしますから、どうぞ食堂にいらしてください。
Okay, Western style breakfast that's light on the stomach. Oh, you should make toast?
Yeah, I get a toast with a couple strips of bacon.
Bacon's not light on the stomach.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Toast, and we could do a mix, like toast and a couple of like the pickled vegetables.
Still clenching my arm, Kohaku drags me into the dining room. I guess there's no fighting it. I still don't really feel like having breakfast or putting up with Akiha, but if Kohaku's this insistent, then I have no other choice. Meanwhile, Hisui is just sleeping against the wall over there.
おはようございます、兄さん。
She didn't use his name, guys, but...
お体の具合はよろしいのですか？
I can't say for certain, but Akiha sounded a little reserved just then.
Well, she's probably pretty worried about your health now.
I'd wager that her concern for my well-being might be overriding her usual firmness.
おはよう。体の方は、まあ、それなりに調子いいよ。
I take my seat at the table.
それでは食べやすいお雑炊などをご用意いたしますね。ちょっとだけお待ちください。
Comes back with like fucking pasta carbonara or some shit.
That would be a little much for sure.
Pasta carbonara, like volcano, like chocolate volcano cake.
God.
Like 6 pounds of ice cream. It's like, here, have all this. A light breakfast.
Yes, definitely.
Kohaku leaves the room in a flurry. She's probably headed for the kitchen in the mansion's west wing. Which leaves me alone with the 2 others in the dining room. The unusually restrained Akiha and Hisui, who's sleeping against the wall. Based on the image we saw earlier.
She's on standby.
It's incredibly awkward, to say the least.
It's a really nice dining room, though.
昨夜のことですけど。
Oh.
I wish I could tell you about yesterday, but I don't remember shit after I left school.
You might want to ask about a sleeping school.
公園で倒れていたというのは本当なんですか？
Yeah, she only heard from Kohaku. Huh?
Honestly, Akiha, I couldn't tell you where I fainted.
You're right.
I left school because I wasn't feeling well, so I could come home and recover, and then I woke up in my bed and it was 9 p.m.
Right. Yeah, not good.
I don't have any concept for what happened in the in-between.
ああ、自分でもいまいち覚えてないけど、琥珀さんと翡翠がそう言うんならそうなんじゃないか？
もう他人事のようにおっしゃらないでください。
I mean, yeah, it's a pretty big deal when you're like passing out places.
What? I have anemia. What do you want from me?
Well, he should at least care a little more.
That was past. Look, we can't blame current Shiki for past Shiki's actions. That guy's a dick.
兄さんは体が弱いんですから、危ないと感じたら屋敷に連絡を入れてください。すぐに迎えの者を行かせますから。
Well,
Yeah, actually, that's
funny thing, Akiha, I would love to, but someone took my phone!
the school has a phone. You can just have the office call for him.
He'd have to get to the office. What if he suddenly starts feeling sick in the middle of class and doesn't have time to get
But
to the
if he's at
office?
school, there's adults who supervise him that can call the mansion.
They might not know anything's wrong.
Well,
Essentially, she took away his life-saving communication device.
yes, essentially.